Welcome to another episode of the Fat Cats Rugby podcast. A very, very interesting week, building up to one of the very, very interesting games. But before we go into that, my name is Ruben Kihumuro, and I am flanked to my left by Ankunda Caesar. This is really much of an internal podcast, and as well as Edwin Wawire. Edwin, who this season has really aligned himself with heathens. You, of course, you remain Cobs, and I will be honest, I have enjoyed a stint following up on what Pirates is all about, with a little bit of impis in there. So yeah, we have quite a number to talk about today, but we have Cobs and Pirates, or let me say Pirates and Cobs, since Pirates is hosting. Uh, there's from the banter point of view from it, Cobs seems to have a particularly very good record at Kings Park, with the nickname Queen's Park coming around, which does not usually sit right with many Pirates fans. But also, Pirates fans reminding Cobs so much of the Women's Day encounter, where there was a blockbuster of a first half that saw them trounce the Blue Army at Legends. And I've heard that there are quite a number of Cobs fans that didn't even finish that game. By the time it was done, many were in their beds. I have a particularly true story of one who even had to buy sleeping pills because he could not find sleep. I shall not mention names, but yeah, that is what such that game can bring about. And again, we have their first meeting in the league this weekend. I know I've given a bit of a monologue about it, but I'm going to start with you, Cobs fan, Mr.
Caesar.
Ankunda Caesar, so that you tell us, one, what does this game, what do you feel, what emotions are evoked in this particular game, and what are your chances for this weekend, in your opinion?
Well, emotions are not as high as when we are playing Heathens, to be honest. But it's always a very hard game for me because, particularly, I have very many friends in Pirates, very many friends, and the banter. Whereas I'm not so good online banter, I banter with them all the time, face to face, and there were those underlying things that the captain keeps telling me that I'm supposed to be in Pirates because of the school I went to and all that nonsense. But for me, that game changed the meaning of that game. When I joined Cobs after I left Impis, it was common knowledge that the game that hurt them more if they lost it was Pirates, because for them, in their eyes, Pirates was never the team that they would compete. Not to mention that Pirates came from Cobs somewhere, somehow.
Do you care to enlighten on that
our
detail?
our I don't know whether to call him a legend. I don't know what to call him a guardian angel. I don't know what to call Edward Chitaka the late, but he started that club. Correct me if I'm wrong, facts wise, but I think Edward Chitaka started Pirates. If you get to the story, due to racism and segregation here and there. Anyway, so we always felt like Pirates were our understudy, and
Oh.
that's what I found in when I joined Cobs. And it, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, it kept on being cemented because then games would come and we beat Pirates. Then they leave and they start checking for us that we don't have a home ground, and we go and we beat them every time we are there. And then Women's Day just changed that game for me entirely. That match on 8th March just changed everything for me. Like, I look forward to that Pirates game more than even the Heathens match, because we've beaten Pirates ever since then. But that game has never left my mind. Like, we've won trophies and they've not won trophies. But that game has never left my mind. So for me personally, that game, every time they talk about a fixture of Pirates Cobs or Cobs Pirates, Women's Day comes to my mind. And it's like I'm reliving that same event over and over again. And then when that game is going on, I'm not even watching that game for the moment. I'm just watching it to help me heal that wound of Women's Day, and I don't think it will ever change. I mean, I don't think Pirates will win a trophy before us anyway. So I don't think that personally. What about Saturday? Huh. Saturday is a bit of a trick. I stayed away from my team's training sessions because I didn't want to even put an opinion about that game. Lest I see Aredo came out of the game last Saturday, and I haven't talked to him, I haven't texted him because I don't want to hear that he's not available. Chances are high he isn't because I saw what injury he got. So chances are high he's not available, and for me, he's a very key important person. That said, I don't think in the recent past I've seen a team this focused like I know my club. We have the best coach in the land. We have very focused players that we went through a bit of a patch here and there, and then guys came together and they're like, you know what, this is our club, we have to do it for them. And because of that, because of our mentor, I believe we're going to edge Pirates because of our mentor. Yes, they're at home. Yes, they're playing well. Yes, they're on top of the league. But we're going to edge them because of my players' mentality. Because, like I told you about the Heathens game, that game is won by mentality. We both have brilliant rugby players. Brilliant, state-of-the-art rugby players. But I believe we have a better mentor for that game. I believe the pressure is on Pirates and it's not on us. And I believe the fans are not yet sure whether their team is back or not. So just score one penalty, one try, that Pirates fan base will shut up. So we're going to win that
one. So Edwin, we have had a very, very interesting take there from a Cubs fan. Clearly, a big Cubs fan. Optimism. Usually, Cubs fans are reserved prior to the week, prior to the game, but he seems a lot more confident. Now, you as a Warriors turned Heathens fan, what are your thoughts about that game, and also what are your thoughts in general, just about what are your fondest memories from
Maybe
that
Ruben,
particular game?
before he answers that question, if you all are living Warriors, who is supporting them when they're playing their game?
I watched their game against the Pacers at Titati in their first league games. Just that this one I missed.
Eagles.
Sorry, yeah. Eagles. Yes. I watched the game against Eagles. I saw guys going through their. I think they were still dealing with the shock of being in the championship, but we won against Chambogo, so seems to be. I'm two-way. Okay. I'm like a guy who won the G League, the slam dunk contest. I have a two-way contract, so I'm in the lower league and I'm in the higher league. When we come back, Heathens, bye-bye. Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm a Heathens fan now. As far as Heathens, it's just unfortunate I can't put on yellow in the office, but we are monitoring the affairs that will be occurring on Saturday at Kings Park. Maybe what he said, I don't know if it's Chitaka who founded Pirates, but me, what I know is that it was Foxy and his band of fellow Pirates. I think Herbert had a part there. No, Herbert was not. I think Foxy and some other guys, maybe Ramsey as well. I don't know if Samahami at the time was one of the pioneer founders, but yeah, that's a story for another day. This particular fixture, the aspect of Women's Day, it is like that babe who broke your heart the first time. You never forget her. So, so now for you guys, even if you beat Pirates 100, whatever, that Women's Day affair will never go away. The tempo was high in that game, and yeah, they real pulled one over you guys. They real pulled the rug under you guys, and you fell flat on your faces. You tried to come back in the second half, but the damage had already been done. The history of Cubs Pirates, particularly, you would need to go back to the days when they had that derby they used to play at Kampala Rugby Club, now Legends. The battles there were quite intense. They had a fair share of players who were also on the national team. So when you'd come like to the forwards, you'd have Fred Mudola versus Brian Makalama. So 1 and 3, they would face each other. Then at that time, I think even Paul Barije and whatever. Then there was also who? Solomon Mawanda, all days. So they had those guys there. Then they had the Lovega on the wing as well. And then you had Alan Musoko on another wing. Then you had Timothy Dumba on one side of the flank for Pirates. Then you had Adrian Bukenya at 8. Then you had the Locks China versus Wadia. So the battle, then you had Karumuna versus Matsiko. Yeah, so then even Chinene also with the other scrum half as well. So the battles
Stone
for
Kavazi.
Cobbs, the battles of Cobbs Pirates have been there over time. And then also this time when they had this crisis of the national team and whatever, and then guys were saying Pirates were responsible for Cops being docked off points. So even they used to fight on the pitch and in the boardroom. So those days, now I think now you see Pirates guys and Cops guys, they talk and whatever, but those days, man, those guys never used to like each other. It was a real battle. From what when I used to be in school, around there 2007, 8, 9, and you'd watch those games, Cops Pirates, man, those games were personal. They would be good teammates, the national team, whatever, but when they went to club, man, it was business. So all that history coupled with the fact that now Pirates has had some sort of resurgence in their ability to win trophies, and then also now they have made a step further to own their own pitch, and now Cobs is trying to annex and colonize that pitch. That's where the battle comes in. But
do they own Kings Park?
Do they own it?
I need to know.
The branding says Kings Park, and they put Party Like a Pirate on the billboard. So really, now Cobs, you guys you still share a poster with Warriors. So you guys are still suffering. Yeah, so this particular fixture, I think what makes it very interesting is that Pirates has showed intensity in games when they start. And even those games when you get a halftime notification and saying it's this particular score, and then you see the full-time score, you see that they are really starting strong. And I think why very many people are looking forward to this game is because if Pirates Hiddens is anything to go by, this one will be even 10 notches higher, better. Because the way Pirates attacked Hiddens, they had all their sevens back row players attacking the line, in open play. And it created a lot of mismatches in the open field that Pirates guys managed to capitalize on. And then also my Hiddens, they were not my Hiddens at the time, but they developed some bad manners and started attacking. Yeah. So me, the Hiddens, I know, has not lost a game ever since I started supporting them. Yeah. So, and you all have to come to Chadi and we'll show you what's up. Yeah. So if that is to go by, I think, Ruben, the key thing now to discuss is that particular matchup or matchups going into the game where we think the game will be won or lost. Because for me, as you've already identified, one of your players, Aredo, is injured. So there's that, is it, what is this? What did they say? Match report waiting for fitness to confirm that the guy is fit and is going to play. I think that is going to be now the key point. Who is going to play and who is not going to play for both sides.
Yeah, very, very interesting points that both of you bring out. I think the one, before we actually get into a lot of what we want to talk about, let us just first talk about the Fred and Winnie BNB. Edwin, is there anything new that we should expect in 2023 from the Fred and Winnie BNB?
Yeah, quite a lot. There are very many things that are earmarked. I think with this heat, maybe a pool in the corner there. It's too hot. It's too hot. So get a pool, put in plastic and just put in the corner. But that aside, I think one of the key things is towards the end of the dry season and when it becomes a little bit temperate in terms of conditions, not too hot, not too cold. Outdoor events will kick off. Things like branches are things that are very, very important and handy coming into when as my friend Raymond Ogwang says, the sundress season. Yeah, so expect plenty of branches and new accommodation packages that can accommodate those who want to branch and stay over. I think that's something important that will be factored in as well.
Yeah, there you've had it. Just supplementing on that, of course, we have always talked about the 10 self contained private bedrooms. We have talked about the fully equipped kitchen. We have talked about the Wi Fi. We have talked about the chef. We have talked about the sumptuous buffet. I mean, at this point, if you do not have it in your mind to really want to try out the Fred and Winnie B&B, really, are you in 2023? Whether your reason is to escape the heat, whether your reason is to have a getaway from home, or maybe you have some people visiting and you need some space for them, and you need five-star treatment that is not in a hotel, giving you that feel of being at home, but still giving you that five-star experience. The Fred and Winnie B&B is the place to be, and we always tell you the numbers to call: 0778 933 559. The numbers will be sliding on the dashboard for those that are watching on YouTube. Yeah, so we have quite a number to talk about. There are the matchups, as you have said, but before we talk about the matchups, let's talk about the fans. Now, when it comes to the fans, I have had the privilege to watch a number of Kings Park games this season so far. Keep in mind, you say that they are on pressure, but they are unbeaten at the moment, which means they have the luxury of even losing this game and still being in control of the title race. But before we get into that, the fans, uh, what role do you think these fans have to play in this particular kind of game? I mean, Cobbs is visiting the Kings Park Arena. They have done a really good job at trying to mobilize a lot of fans locally, and of course the faithful that migrated from Legends to Bweyogerere. From my opinion, I have not really known Cobbs to have that kind of a vibrant fan base that will propel their team or play the 16th man role when the team is playing. So, what are your thoughts about the fans and what role do they play? And do you think that Cobbs fans will bring up the game?
Well, first and foremost, fans are everything to a sport. You can tell if maybe I can veer off a bit to international sport, both rugby and football, or if you want to be American soccer. It was different after lockdown. It was different when people were playing without fans. It wasn't the same really, and I want to make mention about the Kings Park faithfuls. They are really, really, really vibrant fan base. I want to give that to them. There are many in number. There are, like you said, there are those people that they gathered from around and the new fans that have joined Pirates, and then there are those staunch fans that have joined. I came from Legends. What I was talking about earlier on about shutting them down. Um, new fans have a dynamic in that they will support Pirates. And remember, they made their biggest number of fans that season when they went unbeaten. Like the whole not unbeaten, they won
The treble.
everything. They
Yeah,
won
when they
everything.
had the treble.
Yeah, they had the treble, and that season they were playing some of the best rugby I've watched them play. Okay, I was used to it in Cobs, but then that season they came up differently, man. They played good rugby, and then fans came, then Campasas are coming, then everyone's coming, and then like it became crazy. Like Kings Park became a place not to go to because of their fans. They are noisy. I said something online, and my Lord Jesus, I've never been attacked by people in
They
my
gave
life.
you.
They gave me my shit, sorry, my stuff, and
Yeah.
for that I respect them. The problem with new fans is once things don't go their way, then they will start staying at home because they're scared. Because they're used to winning, they do not know that sport is about winning and losing. So, where is the difference between Cobs fans and Pirates fans? Cubs fans might seem few to the outside world because probably some of them are really old. You don't expect them to come and no disrespect. Don't expect them to come and be in the bleachers dancing around. So they'll get the VIP. Danny, the Legends proprietor, makes a lot of money from Cubs fans because they're old. So they
You
be
all
in
got
the
money.
VIP. They have some money. So VIP taking tea and
Yeah.
taking those hard liquors. That they're there. They're always there. And even at Kings Park, they will be there. It's it's just that they will go for that 30K VIP thing.
Yeah.
And so to the naked eye or to the people outside, they will think Cubs they have fans. But Cubs fans are diehard. Now, whether we are losing or not, whether we probably might keep quiet like women's. Oh my God, Women's Day, we kept quiet, but we didn't leave. We stayed there. Yes, some people left before but we are diehard fans, and we'll always be there with the team, 24/7. The difference there lies in the difference. When we're losing, we won't keep quiet. We won't disappear, not appear, and not stay at home because we fear losing. No, but the new fans, Pirates has, they will run away.
You don't rate
I've
them.
told you.
You don't rate
Two
them.
tries. I rate them a lot. They do well for their team. But 2 tries in that game on Saturday, they will shut up. And I've told you, and I'm quoting this. Secondly, how do I say this? Fans for me, I don't know how to bring this up. Fans influence what happens on the pitch. But you see those Pirates fans, and if you talk to them honestly, Heathens beat Pirates for a long, long time. But for some reason, Pirates fans never fear the Heathens match. They'll say, this game is going to be hard, but they'll come. But there's something about a Cubs game, or because of Queen's Park, or I don't know. Like a Cubs game, Pirates fans respect Cubs more than they respect Heathens.
Are you sure?
100%. And I repeat, Pirates fans fear Cubs. They fear Cubs. They even nickname our players. They're the ones who nicknamed Pass Banner Boy. I mean, I found it at Kings Park. They worship our players in their hearts. They want them there, but they can't get them. So for me, it's the difference here lies with Pirates fans fearing a Cubs much more. It's going to be a very tense affair. If they come, and that's why Women's Day will always be. They outplayed Heathens. I am sorry to say this.
Yeah.
They outplayed Heathens in that game. But no one talks about that Heathens match. Everyone talks about Women's Day. Why? Because that day they outwitted one of their biggest. Pirates want to be like Cubs. They want to be as successful as Cubs. They want to win trophies like Cubs. They want to be as good as Cubs. It's their goal. So when you achieve your goal for a moment, you have to cherish that day for the rest of your life. So that's where the difference is between Cubs Heathens, between Pirates Heathens and Pirates versus Cubs.
I think the key difference between, first of all, this space was supposed to be for a Pirates fan and Eagle Fox. So, I think the difference between Cubs Heathens and Cubs. Why am I talking about Heathens? Cubs Pirates and Pirates
Heathens.
Heathens.
About us new Pirates fans. So I'm just keeping quiet.
the difference between Cubs Pirates and Pirates Heathens, what I think is Pirates players can wake up today and they'll beat you in the evening. For Cubs,
yes,
assured. They know how to beat Cubs. That's what I'll tell you for a fact. They know how to beat Cubs. They can wake up one day and they will say, we're going to play you like this. Okay, when I say wake up one day, it doesn't mean that I'm not trained and whatever.
Get what you're saying. I get what you're
but saying. For Heathens, it gets a lot more intense if they're going to actually put one over them. So for me, from my perspective, number one, fun issues aside, they know, because man, when it comes to fans, Heathens, you know what we're talking about. We got this.
We have not yet seen you sing
undisputed.
No,
the Omuchere Munyama, the business. I haven't yet got the hymn book. I have to first regularize my membership. Then
what about
I get
tone
rights.
gin shots? Have you gotten those ones?
Those are for the babes. Those are for the babes. Yeah. So for me, that's the first thing about Cubs Pirates. I think Pirates can wake up one day and they'll just beat you guys. Like, hands down, full blast, or it will be the other way around. When it comes to the fans, as you said, Cubs fans are rather reserved. They support, they bleed blue. They always brag about that. The Pirates, because their tagline is Pirates Strong, they tend to make a lot of noise. But I do agree with you on one thing. The Pirates fans do jump ship early when things are going south. I know some of their fans, I won't mention names, but When players make mistakes, it happens all the time. Oh, the guy wants to run, he wants to fight. He's like, what's wrong with that guy? Take him off. And you're like, boss, it's just the third minute. Relax, So that particular aspect, I do agree with you. And in that, it comes down to things. Cubs fans are very calm. You're losing maybe 12-3, and you see the guy is going to kick. Cubs fans will not shout, don't take, line out. Hey, you try that when Pirates is losing 12-3 and they're going for points. Kick the ball, kick the ball for a line out, So I do agree with you on that particular aspect. I've watched a few Pirates games where the fans get very nervy when it comes to their side being behind. They're not used to trailing. Yeah.
Maybe Ruben, to give you a very good picture about this, I'm going to borrow from last week's podcast. Last week was a podcast majorly about schools rugby, but it was really about Namilyango. But I can give you an example. Namilyango College is the best rugby playing school, but it has two schools behind it that always are vying to oust it or be better than. And this is coming from a very, very far place. I'm admitting things I'm not supposed to admit. But anyway, Edwin, Yena Miliango Obi, a game you've played against Smack. Okay? Smack has won 3 titles.
Yeah.
Budo has 5, 6.
Yeah, 5.
You get. But a game you played against Smack and you beat Smack doesn't measure. Even when you are by stats, you're way, way miles better
ahead,
than us. But a game that Budo played against Namilyango won't hold as much water as a game Smack
no one
played
really
against
cares
Namilyango.
about Budo.
You get my point. That's my point here. Pirates Heathens is like Budo Namilyango. Like Pirates will, yes, Heathens has dominated Pirates for some in the recent past in some games. Like, I mean, Namilyango has dominated Budo for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But if like, I don't know how to bring it up. When Namilyango is playing Budo, it's just like any other game. Yes, it's a very good team, rugby playing team, and they have technicalities here and there. When it's about Namilyango, when it's about Smack, it's not even about. I'm using Edwin's example.
Yeah.
A Namilyango player can wake up in the morning and say, today we are killing a weevil. Whether they've played well or not, they will come with that mentality. But they won't wake up thinking about Budo. No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pirates won't wake up thinking about Heathens. Yes, they will prepare for it. Marvin will come with these technical things that do this, do that. They will prepare for Heathens and they will go and play Heathens and they will win like they did last time or they will lose. Hobbs, my lord. That is when you see a Hamia coming from his law farm to give advice. Habo running around on our group telling us Mognos,
Get ready.
get ready. This is the most. Solo comes from nowhere. Chanoya is basic. Oh, Chanoya.
All these legends come
like
back.
Because it's Cobbs.
Eh.
Why is that?
Yeah.
It's not because of a rivalry, but it's the club that they've always strive to be better than or be like, which won't happen. Anyway.
So in versus true, Smack has always wanted to be like Namilyango.
No, we've always wanted to beat Namilyango. Man, it's the best. To be the best, you have to beat the best. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair point.
So let's jump into the matchups. Gentlemen, where do you think ideally this game will be won, 1 and 2? If we're to look at different combinations, which combinations do you think will be vital for each particular, for the two teams anyway, in this particular game? Edwin, I'll start with you.
9-10.
9-10.
Cubs. 9-10. Once who is going to play 9, and who's going to play 10?
Yeah, we have already had potential scares that Joseph Heredo might not be in for that one, but knowing the kind of man he is, unless it's very, very serious, I don't think he's going to miss such an opportunity.
9-10, why? The Pirates already sorted out their 9-10 business even 5 years ago. That position was resolved for they sat down and said for the next 7-8 years, this is our 9-10 pairing combination. And it has worked for them wonders all throughout their time, treble, whatever.
But that 10, is he the one going to play 10?
Who?
That 10 you're talking about.
Ivan.
Yeah.
There is no way he cannot play 10 in that
He's going to
game.
play 10.
I think he's going to play 12.
You think he's going to play 12?
They're
I
going
think
to
he's going to play
push They were pushing Kore to 12.
I think the reverse is true.
No, this is a battle for a national team jersey, by the way.
It's more than just Pirates.
I want to
Cobs.
believe this year Ivan is battling for that 12 jersey. I actually want to believe that. I think he wants to be number 12 for the country.
Okay.
All right.
Because,
so
he thinks playing
because Joseph has put his name up there to be written on that national team number 10 jersey.
Yeah.
This season. I believe.
Yeah.
This is me, by the way, guys. This is me. I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, continue. I will give you.
Yeah. The 9-10 combination for Cobs is going to be very important. One, not a weather guy, but you know when you're 9 and you kick the box kick at Kings Park, it tends to hang a little bit.
Yeah, there's quite
it hangs
the
a little
wind
bit, so it hangs in the air. So for those pressure clearances that Cobs will have to go, Chiwalavi, I presume, let's say if he's going to start the game, the box kick from Chiwalavi is going to be very important because it is one that is going to help these Cobs wingers put pressure on Kisiga and the other wingers of Pirates. And one of the key things I think for Pirates is their counter-attack play is superb. More so at home, they know how to find the gaps. They know the space to go through. So for me, 9-10 for Cobs is going to be very important. Aredo, I mean, he knows Kings Park. He knows, I think last season.
He knows Pirates.
Yeah, he knows Pirates. He knows Kings Park. So that one is not really... If he's fully fit, that one you know you're going to get a good show. Yeah. You get a good show from him. Then I think the other one is going to be the back row. 6, 7, 8 is going to be very, very important in that battle. So let me say if Cobs play, I don't know if Oketayot is injured or is back. Let's say they play Oketayot. What's his name? Humphrey
Launa.
Launa, yes. And then you have Pius at 8, for example. Or let's say Mochiga. But me, I like that Olauna guy. I'd rather have Mochiga come on as a sub. Olauna, why I like him is that when they throw the ball for him, he gets it at the line out. Is really, really perfect. So I like him that way. Mochiga, when he comes on off the bench, you just know firepower. You know, like the game is on the line and he's the guy who will best handle that particular position. So against the 6, 7, 8 of Pirates. So you have Atrinda, then maybe you have Tashovia, and then you have Desire playing at 8. Or you can change the two. Either way how you like it. That particular battle is going to be very interesting. Why? Because the back row players are known for carrying and running hard. You see, So now they are the ones who most likely are going to dominate the collisions and at the same time dominate turnover ball, and also support in those counterattacks that both teams may particularly engage in. Yeah. Then center pairing, not much, I would say. Center pairing, I would call it more of open play dominance. More so like how you beat your defender. I think it's going to be very important. How, if Munyani starts, how he's going to beat his opposite number in attack and then free up the wingers. Because most of the times, these guys, they either free up for the fullback or the winger. So center, that's, for me, I don't know unless you have your other select of the bunch. Those are my two matchup areas I'm very much interested in.
Yeah, well, I support you. I concur with you when it comes to the 9 and 10 pairing, the halfbacks. First and foremost, I'm happy I've not watched training for the last 2 weeks. So I'm giving opinion on what I've been seeing in the league and not training because lest I let out some secrets I'm not supposed to say. Let out. For me, 9 and 10. Let's assume Joseph is not playing.
Yeah.
And I've not talked to him this week, so I don't know. I suspect if it is indeed the shin that got injured, I suspect he's not going to play.
Yeah.
And therein lies our... You see, where all of us here don't know who is going to play at 10 for Cobs. That's the same conundrum Marvin and whoever... first and foremost, I get confused. Who is the coach of Pirates? Because on the team sheet, they put Marvin, which makes me elated.
Yes.
Then when they're interviewing Bobby. They need to make
The journalists don't know. But
he's the director of
Marvin,
rugby,
No,
but he
I
does
think-
all the interviews. Why? I even
I
quarreled
think
on
it's
Twitter.
just-
They attacked me, but
I think it's
quarreled.
a personality thing. I think Marvin just likes to go about, and I'm not really his spokesperson, but I think he just likes to go about his business, coaching and
Yeah.
getting the things done.
Okay.
He's not really the kind of person who wants to be in front of the
In the
camera
front
all the
of-
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that 9-10 pairing for Cobbs is also giving Marvin a hard time. I want to be. I want to believe every coach trains his boys to get them ready, but also studies a competition. None of us here knows who is going to play at 9 and 10 for Cobbs. We might think it's Davis going to play at 9. Nothing. You might think it's Sempeke and then Ijo that comes. You might think it's Ijo and then Masendi comes. So it's for me. I'm waiting to be pleasantly surprised who is going to play. But I think
we
it's
had a
going-
debate with this guy on Twitter, and he said Cobbs has depth. So you saw how he has floating names around, eh? He just floating their depth. We have Masendi,
So
we have what?
I feel like that 9 and 10 combination is going to be very key because, like you said, Pirates, even if it's Ivan playing or
Wanyama.
Nkore or Wanyama,
Yeah.
like they breathe the same air. So really, I feel like that's the major for me. The one I want to watch if Humphrey starts is that line-out competition between Humphrey and
I
Tashovia.
totally agree with you on that one.
The two
Oh
friends
my
fighting
God.
each other.
A beauty.
Because for me, every season I get a player I love in Pirates. I don't like Pirates. I'm here on it. I really
Emphasis
don't
added.
like Pirates.
Eh.
But there's always that player that makes me happy. It has this season I thought it was going to be at Turinda because I think he's doing well. But Tash, you guys, that Tashovia boy, when it comes to lineouts, when it comes to heart, when it comes to I'm still biased because he was in Impis with me, but I feel like, and then how Olaona is equally the same when it comes to lineouts. So I would love to see that matchup on the lineout between him and the way Marvin and Matayo would go at it together, giving us some rugby to watch, and that's what I want to see. Then I feel like the technical bench has a lot to say about this game.
Okay.
What both technical benches study and what they do is going to be very, very, very important in this game. This game, if the Cubs technical bench wants to run at the same pace at like women's, run the same pace as Pirates, I don't know. Whatever plan they have, the coaches of Cubs I trust with my life. They're the best in the country.
Are you sure with your life?
I want to believe
With your
they're the
life?
best.
With your life?
I mean, they're already.
You already have
you
a
trust
loss.
those guys?
You already have a loss.
My point is this.
Yes.
For me, that. And then the pack.
Yeah.
The tight five.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the three you talked about, close forwards, they're going to be at it on Saturday. And we expect them to. And I think they're going to cast for themselves out. I want to believe.
You want to believe?
Whether it's Muchiga, whether it's Olauna, whether it's Pius against that Aturinda and whoever plays Desire, they'll cast for them the tight five. That Heathens game.
Yeah.
People keep remembering all sorts of things. But that pack, that Pirates tight five. My lord, they put in a shift.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah.
So I want to believe scrum downs are everything. The pack, the tight five are going to be influential in that game. This is what I believe. And then our kickers. I will always talk about kickers all the time. And in this time, it's even about fielding. Because at the back, we have a man called that Sevens guy.
Siga. He's my superstar.
Chisiga, if you
Where is his fan club? I'll
Chisiga's
sign up for
stupidity,
membership.
He will punish us. You get. And then we have Kemis.
Yeah.
While everyone doesn't understand what Kemis is, that boy has only dropped one high ball this season. Okay, when I've watched. One, he's so good under the ball, and he's good at fielding.
Yeah.
And his confidence is building. By the way, guys, I need you to tell the rugby world, please pay attention to Kemis. That boy is going to go to places. Reminds me Jose when he was still in that club, summer camp, before he joined Cobs. And then when he joined Cobs, he was tiny and people didn't understand, but his rugby brain was second to none. That boy is going to do well, and he's going to do well in this game. I hope he's playing because I haven't watched training. I hope
Yeah.
he's playing. For me, there.
You said
They're
you said you
inlines.
haven't watched training, but by any chance have they been training drop goals?
Drop goals. No, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't want to have another Aaron of a situation.
Oh, Aaron. You mean Heathens FC? There's only one Heathens player, Aaron.
Hey,
The rest,
we have
you guys
God.
don't pick a leaf. Can't you learn and also start
You
winning some
think
games
Aaron
with
trained
drop
those
goals?
drop goals? Please. Pause. Aaron did not train
I'm
for
sure
that.
he
Aaron
does.
appeared on
That
NBA Sport
man-
and said he trains all the time.
Yes.
Lie. For the
yes.
cameras.
Aaron
For the
puts in the
cameras.
work.
That's you think that Rams guy who drop goals from everywhere he wants to
Openeni.
do? You
Yes,
think
he
trains?
does.
No, he doesn't.
They
That's
train.
natural intel. My God, Aaron. My God.
Anyway, before we jump away from that, now we've heard you say it. I just wanted to ask because I heard you emphasize on one thing. You said you hate pirates.
I don't like pirates.
So what happens when your better half starts supporting pirates?
No. Love is love. Love transcends everything.
What happens when you're on ground, when you're at, let's say, Kings Park, both watching the game, and she's clad in her pirates jersey, you're in your Cubs jersey?
Well, to answer that question, I was going to do something that is, I think, will be bang inappropriate.
Yeah.
Man, love is. I mean, I know people in the rugby world. One is an ardent Pirates official, and the wife supports Cubs. But they have beautiful.
Yeah.
They have beautiful kids. They have a very beautiful family. So love is love, man. Love
These are minor
transcends
issues.
everything. Those are minor issues. When we are there, we shall attack each other. You see, your hair is long when it's not supposed to be long.
Yeah.
Then in the evening, I'll give you man and you go and rectify the hair. So, but I really don't like pirates.
So Edwin, now when Heathens visited Kings Park Arena, there was a mad party.
Yeah.
There was the dome, the various food points. There was the party area in the second part of the pitch. Then the fans that came out dressed so beautifully, so smartly in their jerseys, in their weekend attire, with the women looking beautiful as ever, the men looking stunning, of course, and of course with their big wallets. And we saw quite the party that day. I don't know if you even remember part of that night, but what are your expectations for this weekend?
I've
Keep
said
in
this,
mind that one, it is the game that is going to be broadcast. Two, it has been communicated that Nile Special, the sponsor, is going to be activating there.
Yeah. Whenever Nile Special says kickoff is at 3 p.m., just know it's going to be bloody after. Like they want you to. So let's estimate the game will be done like by 6 p.m. So that 1 hour between those hours between 6 and 8 p.m. Caesar is crying, Caesar is celebrating, you guys are getting around because you have won or lost. Then after 8 p.m. is when the total party starts. That dome concept is very, very, it was, I think, quite a plan because you had guys in a tent and then guys are down on the other side of the pitch having fun, basking in their rollers and the sticks of pork that were moving around, and then also the stage where most of the action is done. There was a clip of a Pirates guy rubbing a Nigos with a Eden. So I will hope to see the same of Pirates and Cubs guys engaging in that as well. But at the end of the day, Kings Park knows how to throw a party. So you just trust them. You on that one, at least you will trust them to do that.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's just maybe before we leave this, I want you guys just to give me your prediction. I know they're so a bit. For you, it's a bit obvious, but okay, let's just.
We talked about a wager here, but there's no Pirates fan here. So
I know Bruno will come next time.
can we make a wager with him?
Yeah, in his absence, I have power out on it.
If he accepts the wager, he tweets that he accepts.
Hey, you will tweet. Yes.
And
Yes,
tag
throw
him
the
Fat
challenge
Cat.
out
Hey,
for him.
yes.
First of all, I believe we are going to win. Cubs is going to win. I don't usually predict scores.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Cubs is going to win. So I'm asking Bruno,
Yes.
should Cubs win,
Hey.
he needs to record a video of him singing that first verse of the Cubs intro.
One blood.
One blood. Should Pirates win,
Hey.
I shall record a video singing the first verse of Redemption Song.
Redemption Song.
Does it?
Why don't we add in a spice and add in the jersey of Cubs or Pirates?
Fine. I have a jersey.
Are you that confident?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
All right, interesting.
I am.
Edwin, you appear to be neutral.
He should wear the jersey at the next Pirates game. A Cubs jersey.
Ah.
I will wear a Pirates jersey on the next Cubs match.
Okay.
Okay, like
If
that.
he
guys have
accepts
spiced
the
it up,
wager,
right?
if he accepts the wager, let him tweet. And
We're going to tweet it and say you've been called out.
Yeah. He needs to
If he
accept.
accepts, well and good. If he doesn't, the wager dies.
I wanted Danny, but okay, Bruno will do.
Anyway, so Edwin, you appear to be neutral, although sometimes you're biased here and there because of other factors. But what are your thoughts, your predictions for this game?
As a Heathens fan, it's all about Heathens. The yellow machine, Heathens took off. All we're interested in is how closer we can get to the top. So when you do the math, I would think since both of them have to come to Chadi and we'll beat them, a Cubs win would work for Heathens, I would think, because if Cubs wins, your Pirates is remaining static. Cubs moves slightly.
What do you mean? I need to know that math. What do you mean?
No, what's the difference? Let
2
me
points.
just check.
Ahead of us by 2 points.
Let me just check the. No, I'm saying when I say static, they'll remain with their points, and then Cubs will go up. No, Cubs will go on top, and then Heathens will move now closer to Pirates. Because obviously, as you all know, Heathens has Cubs' number any day, anytime.
Yeah.
Someone is another person's BITCH.
So just know that a win for Cubs would help Heathens greatly because both teams have to come to Chadondo for the second leg. So at that point, sevens players aside and whatever, how that madness pans out, would be confident with our chances at that point. Because now, Heathens, you could argue, would say that they can afford to lose maybe one more game, but that ain't happening. So, yeah.
Ruben, maybe before you do that, I want to, and this is in no way me damning the referee society. I'm coming out to say this. I am pleading. I am imploring. I'm not saying...
Wasn't Caesar the one who also, the other time before the Heathens game, requesting for a good referee? Was it? On one of the podcasts. No, it was Ivan Magom. I remember.
I'm requesting. I'm not saying that our refs cheat or tilt a game towards. I don't have evidence for me to say that. I don't want to be sued. I'm requesting. There's something that in law, sir, there's something we talk about justice being seen as being.
Yeah.
You get. You know the statement.
Yeah.
Like it has to be seen. It's the refs have to be seen to be fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter so much the letter of the law. You have to, because we will have a scenario where one of the teams will be disenfranchised because they believe in their heart of hearts that the ref is against them. Good enough, there's a club that is not involved in this matchup. But my point is, because when that club is playing, people perceive. It's perception. No one has ever come to complain
with proof.
or prove. It's perception. And unfortunately, that perception counts because, like we agreed here, fans are everything in sport. I'm begging, I'm asking the refs that are going to officiate this game, don't give chance to speculation. If you see an offside, call it, man. If you see a stupid neck injury, either just call it. Don't give anyone speculation. Don't give them anyone time to say, you see, there's a neck here, she hasn't called it. There's a forward check. Just do. I'm begging you, I'm imploring to do your best.
Yeah, but let's also remember that referees are human beings. Yes, but of course we call upon them to at least use their assistants and really communicate better. But also we call upon the fans to be fans and not be referees on social media.
Yeah.
And then just support.
And
Yeah,
if they
but-
have complaints, let them bring some evidence.
Yes, and
Don't
as
hide.
Anne said that if you have complaints, lodge a complaint officially. Social media will not solve your problems.
Yeah.
But anyway, aside from that, my prediction would be on Pirates solely because if Pirates wins, the party will be better at Kings Park. So me, I'm looking ahead. I'm thinking forward. So I hope the Pirates win so that we can have excited, beautiful Pirates fans that are ready to mix and mingle with the people that want to mix
What
and
does
mingle.
that mean?
Means-
Other clubs don't have beautiful fans.
Those are your assumptions. I didn't say that. Anyway,
Alright,
guys,
then.
let us peruse through these other games, and just I want to hear your predictions or your thoughts in about a few seconds as we prepare to close. Yeah. Aside from Pirates and Cobs, Heathens will be taking on Rams. Really, I'll let you get onto that.
Yeah, that one we will get our players who had some few bumps against Impis. There are no players actually. We delivered a pounding over the weekend. So this one is just to make our bench players get more playing time, and Rams obviously they're going to continue looking for that first win. So that one W for Heathens.
Okay.
Platinum credit style.
Rhinos that has barely won a game and one draw to show for all their efforts, and maybe a losing bonus point in Walukuba. They will be hosting Mongers at Legends. Your thoughts on that game
It's going to be
in a few seconds?
going to be a very 50-50 game. I might tilt it towards Mongas because I don't know why Rhinos has failed to get over that line.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm not saying I think Mongas will win because I think they have a win in this season.
Yeah, they
Mongas.
have.
So I think they have that edge, that winning edge. I
They
don't know
have
why
two wins,
Rhinos is
actually.
not Rhinos is not getting over. So for that reason, I believe it's going to be Mongas, but it's going to be a very good game.
Yeah. So after a pounding, like Edwin said, Impis will be hosting Buffaloes in what should be one of the very exciting games to watch. Thoughts on that?
Impis will win.
Impis win.
Yeah.
Buffaloes will win.
Impis
Alright.
will win.
Chadondo to the world.
Shadow to the world.
Yeah, Buffaloes will win that game. Aaron
And-
Tukey, I trust Aaron Tukey and his
Arrogance.
boys. They'll win.
Yeah, and then finally, the Ginger Derby. Walukuba will be hosting the Hippos at the Abel Daira Stadium. They have been quite the pest for every team that has visited that ground. You either narrowly survive or you succumb. So what are your thoughts about these neighbors?
See, if Hippos wins and then also Pirates wins, Cobs will suffer. They will give you your bullets. So if you're a Cobs fan, you should pray for a Cobs win, or even if you're defeated, that Walukuba beats. But as you have seen Ginger Hippos, they don't care. Their guns are for hire. Even in a loss, they will
They
come
will
and give
just
you. So
The social media
I would
man understood
want
his job.
Walukuba to do 3-3, but the Hippos are very powerful. They are strong, and I'm also a low-key Hippos fan, so I think they'll just take that one.
Thoughts on the Ginger Derby?
I think Hippos. If that white man doesn't destabilize them, Hippos.
Yeah.
Anyway, me, I think I will go with Walukuba in this one. They have some momentum and they have the belief, and with the belief, everything is possible. But it's been a very interesting one. It's been particularly dedicated to the Cobs who are visiting Bweyogerere, that they call Queen's Park. And I will part by just saying this. What at the end of before the party, of course, at the end of the 80 minutes, will it be called King's Park or will it be called Queen's Park? That's a question that will be answered this Saturday. So for those that who are looking for rugby to watch, the big one is going to be at King's Park. You can also go to Ginger if you have a road trip in mind. But then there are also other games. But for us, we shall be at King's Park, and see you guys. Thanks for being a part of the podcast yet again.